to give my customary salute. So, salute. It's a jug. Get my tea on. Let's see who shows up. Go watch a little foosball. Got a little light workout in, huh? I'm getting big, guys. Look at that. Getting big. Got my little situation up. What's up, Sid? Got my little setup here. Figure I'll watch the game a little bit. Turn off the. Did you see the end of that Rams-Panthers game? Holy crap! I thought the Panthers had a legit chance, and homie dropped the ball at the very end. All he had to do was go down, and they would have had one or two more chances at it, but he flubbed it. I'm hoping the Bears have some defense tonight. That if anything has been our Achilles heel this year is defense. We can't stop a hobo in a wet paper bag. Negative side effects. Well, I can't have carbonation anymore, so no more soda, no more beer. I have to take vitamins, special bariatric vitamins for life. Though I just get them off Amazon, so they're not a prescription. One thing I thought, because at the beginning I had to really, up to this day, until I got used to it, but I had to really uptake my protein, and I had passed, not to get too graphic, but I had passed a hard stool there, Sid, and I thought I ripped up my insides a little bit. I thought I had a fissure, and I was in agony for like 7 months, thinking that I needed to get this surgery. I kept putting it off. And then it turned out that when I had my colonoscopy, they didn't see anything. I'm like, well, that can't be right. So it turned out it was acid, believe it or not. Because with this surgery, you have a potential thing happening called dumping syndrome. And that's if you eat too many sugary foods, or anything that really agitates your stomach, and you start evacuating the bowels. I know it's graphic, guys, he asked, but this is something to watch out for during the surgery. And so once I found out I didn't have any of that going on, I started taking an acid controller, an acid reducer, like over the counter, and that actually took up the problem. So I went through all that time of agony when all it was too much stomach acid. So that was a complication. I can't break Renee Floyd problems. Yeah. That dumb bitch. So we can get into that too. I did a little short today. Yeah, she absolutely got what she deserved. And all the commies ain't for showing their ass, and that's kind of nice, because all these people coming in from out of state, they're going to Minnesota, and then it's just going to make it easier to round up when ICE comes in with reinforcements, and they're just going to round up Antifa because they're already a domestic terrorist organization. They're domestic and international, so they're just going to go in there and round them up, throw them in the paddy wagons, and take them downtown, maybe to CCOT, hopefully. Just get rid of the communists back. Tired of them. America's tired of them. Exactly, DJ. Fuck them. They're on the wrong side of history. And the sooner they realize that we're not going to implement their fucking socialist utopia, the faster they can get over it. They are on the wrong side of history, and they are about to get what they deserve. And that Renee, good person, she had no business being in Minnesota. She was fucking in Missouri. She should have been at home with her kids when she's not burning them with cigarettes. Found that out. And yeah, when she's up there with her Brahma Bull Dyke fucking bitch wife, out there stirring the pot because they're a bunch of damn man haters. And they go out there and start fucking with law enforcement because for some reason they don't believe Border Patrol and ICE are actually law enforcement. They are. They have arrest powers. They have arresting powers. They're law enforcement. But they have a specific job function in the federal government. But their function as federal agents, they can absolutely arrest your ass. And that's what was happening to Renee. The time for her to leave the scene was gone. When they were approaching the car and telling her, ordering her to get the fuck out of the vehicle, that's what they should have done. Instead of saying, hey, punch it. No, they were being placed under arrest at that point. They were resisting arrest. And then they ran over the officer. They did hit him. The body cam video came out. She absolutely hit that guy. So he plugged her. She was resisting arrest. At that point, it's too late. Take it up with the judge. You don't argue with the cops. I don't know how to make that any plainer. You don't fucking argue with the cops. And once they tell you to do something, you just damn well do it. And then you take it up with the judge. Their job at the moment is to maintain order. And if you're out there causing problems, they're going to detain you. They may arrest you. And that's all there is to it. You shut the fuck up and do what you're told. What you don't do is sit there and mouth off at them, because you're not going to get... When in the history of ever has that ever worked? Mouthing off at the cops. It doesn't. You just escalate the situation. You get yourself in a bigger hole that you got to dig out of, or your lawyer's got to dig you out of, and you're still getting under arrest. Or the alternative, which was becoming a human colander. Yeah, he got hit earlier in the year. He was drugged for like 100 yards. Yeah, full football length. Oh, first snap. His first snap. We won the toss, Bears. We're going to run. Got a couple of yards. Still, I mean, it was just a dumb bitch move. They're from Missouri. They had no business up in Minnesota except to be heat seekers. They were intentionally going out there looking for law enforcement's attention. They damn well got it. It just turned out to be more than she could handle. That wasn't the cops' fault. You know, did you see the profile of the person they were picking up, the illegal they were picking up in the neighborhood? Motherfucker was a dirty pedophile. Dirty, sandy pedophile, and they're getting rid of his ass. And these are the people they're trying to protect. I have got no compassion for any of these dipshits. Fuck Antifa. Fuck socialists. Fuck the commies. Fuck all of them. You get what you get. And you get it in spades. Exactly, Sid. Arguing with the cops is not the time. You obey what they fucking damn well tell you to do, and then you take it up with the judge. Arguing with the cops on the street is not the way to go about it. That's never going to end well. First down. All right. Oh, Burton's back. Cool. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, what the hell does it matter? I want to see your supervisor. How about fuck off? How about I just cuff you and throw you in the back of my damn car and you can go fucking yell at the goddamn cell wall when I take you downtown? I got no... Guys, as long as you've been following me, I firmly believe in law and order. Especially the order part. I am not a fan of chaos. Oh damn, he just flat out overthrew him. Yeah. Chaos is stupid. Anarchy is stupid. Let's see. Trying to run over psychop is going to get... Exactly. Yeah, you're just asking for problems. 2nd and 10. Let's see what happens. There you go. Run the ball a little bit. That'd be 3rd and 7. Anyway. Yeah, man. People got some fucked up ideas out there. You can just do whatever the fuck you want in society. That's not the case. We have rules. Now, we try to maximize the rules to allow maximal freedom for people to go about the daily, but you can't just 1st down and more. All right. You just can't do whatever the fuck you want in life. It's just not the way it works. When you're living with other people in proximity to you, you gotta have boundaries. And it doesn't help when you have the governor of Minnesota, who's also in on the massive amount of corruption. Walz will be in jail before the end of the year. You already have Minnesota officials testifying in front of Congress that Walz was complicit in the fraud, and that is why he dropped out of the gubernatorial race. Not because anything else, but it's just that he didn't want to be a sitting governor, being carted off the jail like he's a governor from Illinois or something, right? They got standards. Does anybody have more? Has anybody had more governors arrested and sent to jail than in Illinois? You know, Pritzker, he's a billionaire, but he may be joining them. I mean, he's another mouthy billionaire that thinks he just do whatever the fuck he wants. Trump ain't playing around, man. Ah, shit. They're gonna do a flea flicker. We want him running for the 1st down. I wish Johnson would stop at the damn trick plays, though. Let's see. This fucking thing stops every once in a while. He is. He's absolutely corrupt. He's absolutely in on the fraud. Oh, I thought he got the 1st down. What the fuck? Ah, bullshit. 1st down. Bigger than shit. All right. You can't stop the run. You can't stop it. You cannot stop it. One of them. That's for damn sure. Especially in a blue state where the city doesn't have your back. Or the state if you're a trooper. I mean, it's crazy. Absolutely bonkers. You're going to start... you are going to see the balkanization of the United States like it's no other, man. Ah, fuck, we just got sacked. Not only is it going to be economic, but you're going to see businesses and people moving with their feet to red states because the red states still believe in law and order. The blue states are devolving into anarchy. I mean, and just look what's happening in New York City. Look at the exodus leaving that city because of Mamdani. I mean, it's crazy. Absolutely bonkers. Just a sec, guys. I show my back. All right. Yeah, wouldn't you? Look, we have a law against communist politicians. It's the Communist Control Act, I believe in 1957. I believe it's 1957. It's been out of the books for a long fucking time. And it needs to be enforced. Just because... First down! Just because you label yourself a democratic socialist and not an actual Communist Party member is not going to save you. And that's exactly what they've done. Democratic socialism is socialism. It is communism. It's just, they, instead of the hammer and sickle, they put a little fist in the rose to make it softer. It's softer communism. When Mamdani's out there talking about soaking Whitey and then confiscating property and all this other happy horse shit, Trump is going to give him enough room to enough rope to hang himself with. Is what he's doing right now. But he started trying to implement some of these policies and confiscating properties and unlawfully taxing people for whatever. The hammer is going to be dropped not only on Mamdani but on Hochul as well. What, East Coast? Dude, I don't fuck with the East Coast. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, he's gonna make the buses and the subway free, and instead he rate hiked it like $3. You know, for New York, I mean, I guess $3 isn't shit, but I mean, it's going the opposite direction of what he promised. Because it turns out they don't have the money for it because there's a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse in New York City. They threw it away. God damn it, I got to kick a field goal. Yeah, I'm out in West Texas. Nowhere near the East Coast. Damn it. Well, hopefully we get some points on the opening drive and not, I mean, it's not the touchdown that I wanted, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, there is no such thing as a free lunch, guys. I mean, all right, got a field goal. It's, they're even talking about, like, the medicine, right? It's not free. It would just be whatever we're paying in our premium. It would, that would now be considered a tax. Same amount of money. It would just be called a tax. Now, everyone will be covered, and if you don't pay your taxes, you're going to be in deep shit, right? But the cost of healthcare doesn't go away when it becomes universal health care. You know? Now, I personally, I would be okay with universal health care. Because, especially for our elderly, because we don't cover it. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys know this, here in the States, when you're on Medicare, it doesn't cover hospice care. It doesn't not cover going to a retirement home. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Medicaid does, but Medicare does not. And we have a lot of elderly guys, and that's some scary shit. You know? So yeah, I think we could do better on that. And I would be okay turning my premium into a tax to make sure everyone's covered. You know, I don't know. Yeah, it kind of does. Parades is collectivism, but is selfish at its core. It's all about taking things from others. Well, I'll take the compliment, Brooklyn. Thank you. Well, yeah, because it's, I mean, Medicare is not the best you can get. I mean, it's free everything. Prescriptions, going to the doctor, surgeries. I mean, what's there not to like about Medicaid? From Glasgow, oh. Doc Christopher Lloyd. All right, Doc Brown. I'm actually at my big rig. I'm watching the football game. You want to see? I'll show you. Just me and my game. Can't show much, otherwise I'll get pissy about it. But I'm watching my Bears game while I'm talking to you fine people. Oh, I thought it was a riff on Back to the Future because I think Christopher Lloyd is also Doc Brown. So I thought you're putting Doc Christopher Lloyd as an amalgamation. I am. I'm extremely comfortable. I went out and bought myself a drift mattress when I was over in the Joplin, Missouri area at the Petro. If you've never been, it's kind of a nice trucker mecca. I'm a truck driver, so I bought myself a nice drift mattress, and it's great. I'm very comfortable on my ride. I'm doing a live feed, but I also got my hotspot on my phone connected to my TV, so I'm watching Amazon Prime right now. So it's actually holding up pretty well. I am an employee. No, I wish I could afford this truck. Jesus, this is a fancy truck. To me, anyway. It's a very nice truck. But when the work's going, it pays pretty well. Right now, it's just been slow. It's slow since the first week of Thanksgiving. So, but you got to work when they give you a load. So it's like a big HGV or what? You're carrying freight around the U.S. Shit, I missed the play. I don't know what's going on out of bounds. It's like a fight starting. Whew. Let me watch this play real quick. I want to see in the replay. What the hell happened? Oh, he did an end around. All right. Anyway, no, I haul cryogenic gases there, Doc. Like liquid nitrogen, oxygen, natural gas, so on. So I'm kind of a specialized trucker. Which is all fine and dandy but we had to get through the holidays and it slowed down a little bit for winter. So, though the customers we haul for said that they're going to be basically doubling the orders that we did this last year, and this last year was pretty good. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This truck? Oh, yeah, probably right about that, yeah. Maybe a little bit less, maybe like 2 1/4. But it was, this truck's a lease truck, but it's a nice one, and it's new, relatively new. Yeah, I can't complain. I mean, trucking's been good to me and my family, man. I just, I can't complain. You know, they're trying their best to phase out, I guess, some of us guys, but this is one job that AI is not going to be able to do. Some of these other jobs are going to be going the way of the dodo, but mine, fortunately, is going to be around. Oh shit! Damn it! I gotta say, I know it protects the helmet, the heads, but when they gotta wear this cover, they look like guys from Spaceballs. Remember that movie Spaceballs? That's what they look like with the extra cover. This huge, gigantic bobblehead going down. Are there lot lizards everywhere? I haven't seen a lot lizard in forever, to be honest. I think a lot of them went away because of the internet. Why walk around a truck stop when you can just advertise online and get more traffic? You know what I mean? It's just a matter of volume, I guess. And there's less walking around and knocking on people's doors. Though I don't really go to those truck stops anymore, so I can't speak. Now, if you go out to like the East Memphis, Arkansas, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can still get your pick of the lot lizards. If you go to the more well-traveled, but out here where I'm at, I'm kind of out in the boonies, man. From Monterey. Well, salute. Here, I'll give you a salute. Salute. Gonna get my redneck jug of sugar-free sweet tea. Yeah, Brooklyn. You got Waymo, you got Tesla, you have another company out here called Aurora. They've been doing a lot of Warner and who's the other one? Oh, Hirschbach loads out here in West Texas. But right now, autonomous trucks are not allowed to haul hazmat, and I haul hazmat and a tanker. So it's kind of a double whammy. I have to load and do the offloading myself. So, and the customer is not going to want to hire dedicated people just to be there for the offloads. So my job should be secure for quite some time because it'd be cost prohibitive to try to have a robot do what I do. Now the people that are going to be in danger are going to be like people that make a bread and butter going from one distribution center to the next, like a Walmart to Walmart or Amazon to Amazon. Those will probably be taken over by the robots. The yard dogs are going to be done by the robots because they're going to be in a confined space, just like the ports. The ports, if you're shuffling containers around, they're going to be done by robots. The LTL guys doing the shuttle services, that will be done by robots eventually because there's not going to be a need to swap out the trailers so they can go from, meet halfway and take their stuff back. They're just going to have the robots take it all the way through from one end to the next. There won't be a need to swap. So the P&D guys, I think, will be safe, but the shuttle guys, that's going to be done by robots. So a lot of the low-hanging fruit's going to be done by robots, unfortunately. I don't want to see it happen, and the goddamn Packers just scored a touchdown. Son of a bitch. The Bears' defense just sucks this year, man. They're great on takeaways, but you can't count on that. Ah, fuck. He was wide open, too. Son of a bitch. I'm yelling at the TV. Yeah, I gotta renew mine. I think mine's up, and I gotta double check. I know it's sometime later in the year. Ah, shit, we got an injury now too. Son of a bitch. It's one of the better defensive guys too. Bad time to get an injury in the playoffs. Yeah, I've got it, DJ, but I haven't used it in a long time. It's just kind of there, just in case. But they're looking to expand into different things, so we'll see what happens. The problem with the economy going up and down, especially in the logistics, is that there's a lot of cutthroat competition at the moment, even in cryogenics. So it's just the sign of the times. We're all kind of treading water at this point and trying to see which way the economy is going to go. Now, specifically for cryogenics, it'll be a boon if manufacturing comes back to the United States and the levels that Trump is talking about, because cryogenics goes just about anything. And I mean anything from pharmaceuticals to high tech to food processing, like bakeries, to meat plants, to even farms. Hell, I even deliver to a pot farm every once in a while. They need cryogenics for heating because they're in an area that gets cold, and they got greenhouses. And even that, they'll bring in CO2 sometimes, right? Because that's what plants crave. But yeah, when I was with my first cryo carrier, there was I would go from semiconductor plants to a bakery, right? Because they would need the nitrogen to flash freeze their whatever the hell they're making in the bakery. So it's basically in everything. But cancel appointment and vid started. What are the safety records of autonomous truck? I have no idea, Sid, to be honest. I have no idea. They're going to claim it's going to be really good, but there aren't that many of them on the road. And quite frankly, I'm skeptical because they're going to cherry pick data. And hell, man, I seen the routing that even the Garmin's use or Google Maps. It'll send you down. They'll send the damn the trucks down the wrong routes because they can't keep up with like city zoning or the construction because the roads change, and they'll put a truck restricted route that used to be an open route and they got to go a different way. The damn robots will think one way is good when the road doesn't connect, or it's gonna make you turn at a certain time and you're wiping out houses and shit. So it's not good. That's why I believe it's still a long way from there, man. I think they're going to need people. They should have drivers in the truck. The problem with that is that if you have drivers in the truck, there's no point in having the autonomous technology, right? Either it needs to be fully autonomous, or you need to let the driver drive. Half-assing it does no good because you're still because if the truck still has to stop if the driver's in the truck to monitor the equipment because you still have the hours of service. And that's the problem. It's not all the way there. I mean, would you trust going up in an airplane without a pilot? They've had autopilot for decades. Would you trust a fully autonomous airplane? I wouldn't. And there's infinitely more objects on the road, on the ground, than up in the air. And there's a hell of a lot more trucks on the road than there are airplanes. So I don't know what people are thinking that these autonomous cars are going to be so great, especially trucks. They're not. Hey, get to the 30. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The robots don't think. They don't reason. Right? They only know what they're programmed to know. They're not problem solvers. Right? They're not actual thinking objects. They mimic it, but they're not actually doing it. And that's the problem. And people will think they're capable of so much more than what they're actually really able to do. I mean, as soon as you change a parameter on the road, which they do quite often, they screw up. You get a detour, you get an accident, you have objects. I mean, you see it all the time. I mean, they're bigger. The autonomous vehicles are bigger in Japan. I mean, not Japan, but China. And I see it because I watched the China show. And they bring all this out, and they should just autonomous vehicles just stop right there in the middle of the damn road because they don't know how to figure it out. So their default is just to stop. And all of a sudden, you got this autonomous vehicle just stopped in the middle of the damn road, clogging everything up because it can't unfuck itself, right? Because it doesn't think. It's not as capable as you think they are. You know, it's one of those things that, yeah, it can handle the easy shit when things going 100%. But as soon as you get something that's out of cattywampus, right? Something out of the ordinary, it can't solve the problem. And that's why you need a meat driver behind the wheel, because you need something that can reason, to think out of the situation. And again, if you have to have that, then there's no point in having the technology. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just it's crazy, the road we're going down. But that being said, at least from my angle of the industry, it's doing all right as far as being protected from the technology. 4th and 2, and we're going for it. Oh shit! Hold on. Fuck! They're just gonna try to get them off sides. They're gonna fall for it. Son of a bitch. I really need the Bears to win this game. We need to beat the Packers in the playoffs. I'm tired of losing. We tied the series this year. I am tired of losing these guys. We need to win this game at home. We got to get past this hurdle. We got to get past the Packers. It shit drives me crazy, man. As far as I'm concerned, we already overachieved for the year, but it would be nice to get past these guys this year. Did they really? Damn. Like I said, I mean, you see it, right? But again, they try to cherry pick the data there, DJ. They don't want to put the bad shit out there because they're trying to push this technology forward like it's the second coming. So they're going to say, oh, it's super safe and blah, blah, blah. But it's not. Not really. It screws up quite often, actually, and I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. Maybe it's because I'm biased. I'm a Gen X, and I've been, I'm a driver for a living. I just, but I'm not a Luddite, right? I do like technology. I just don't believe the hype. And it's just being around computers most of my life. I just you understand the strengths and the weaknesses of the technology, and it's just like, great. Sure, you can program it to do a lot of shit, and it is capable of doing a lot of stuff when, like I said, when things are going great. But when it's not, man, well, you think that autonomous vehicle is a patch of road and it doesn't detect the center line. What's it going to do? It's trained to follow the lines, right? What if it can't see the outside line? The paint doesn't last forever. You're in a construction zone. Is it just going to veer off on a K-rail because it's following the line? I mean, this is shit you just don't think about. But we don't think like computers either, right? Yeah, I mean, it's another. Electric vehicles is not saving pollution. It's just not. It just doesn't. You're swapping one type of pollution for the other. You just don't see it, right? You don't see the air pollution. But the batteries are horrible for the environment, and it takes a lot more to extract that to make the damn things. And we're strip mining the planet to get the nickel, the lithium, and all the other shit that goes into them. And oh shit, they called a timeout. They're still going for it in 4th and 2. Hold on. Why are we passing? Just throw the damn. Oh fuck. We got the first down. The strength of the Bears is the run game. I don't know why the hell they just don't run it. Could have got 2 yards, but they went for the high-risk pass. Yeah, man. I mean, just the EVs essentially are shit. The range are shit. I'm sorry, they just are. And there's a lot of problems with them. Being, especially lithium-ion, they can't get wet, man. They can't get wet. We saw that, what happened in Florida. All these assholes are trying to get out of state during a hurricane, getting stuck in traffic with their fucking Tesla. Well, they run out of juice because they don't have the range of a gas-powered or a diesel-powered vehicle. There's not the infrastructure, and you got a fucking hurricane coming. Oh, and guess what? When you park your Tesla and everything floods out, well, it's submerged in the salt water. Guess what? Eventually, if you leave it there long enough, the water gets into the battery casing, and then it goes kaboom. and he can't put the fire out. It's not a good technology. It just isn't. And that's something that we're actually going to be expanding into. We're going to be building up natural gas generators for electric, hooked up to electric gen. We're going to have natural gas powered electric chargers. Because a lot of these companies can't tie their shit into the grid because there's not electricity. So we're going to have a fossil fuel, natural gas, powering a generator to be used for electric cars. I can't. God damn, it's already forked out again? Oh, son of a bitch, you threw an interception. What? Why? The guy was wide open. Our guy was wide open. He just threw it to the Packer. What the fuck was that? He threw it right to the Green Bay. Our guy was wide open and he threw it to the Green Bay guy. Make that make sense for me. Yeah, honestly, here in the U.S., probably Canada, we should be using more natural gas. Natural gas is cheap, it's abundant. Yeah, it doesn't have the same stored kinetic energy as like oil does for gasoline or diesel, but it has enough. And being that it's so abundant and and cost effective, it shouldn't matter, all right? So you're only getting about 5 miles a gallon equivalent out of natural gas on a big rig, but it doesn't matter because it's so much cheaper. Though diesel's about to be really damn cheap with Venezuela getting online. I mean, prices were already coming down, and the prices are already lower when you adjust for inflation than Trump's first term. So yeah. It's really going to bottom out when Venezuela comes on board. But honestly, natural gas burns cheaper. It's a cleaner fuel. It's better that we burn it and use it for a fuel instead of just burning it off or just letting it go to the atmosphere. So you might as well use the damn thing, and it's natural, right? I mean, it's just so much of it. And we're never going to stop harvesting natural gas. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the majority of our helium, we extract that from the natural gas that we're harvesting. A lot of those caverns and whatnot you used to hear about back in the day, those are already been depleted. And helium is vital in the chip making. You have to have, it's the coldest gas that we have, so we have to have helium in the manufacturing process of these nano chips, like over in Taiwan and so forth. Anything super high tech like that requires helium. So, and like I said, we get that by stripping it out of the natural gas that we harvest. So we have to go get the gas anyway. So we need to be and you're seeing that now with like cargo ships, and how even some cruise ships are converting from oil to natural gas. So that's kind of cool. And our defense has got to stop, man. I cannot believe Williams threw that interception, man. I'm so pissed about that. And our defense can't stop it. We just can't stop it. It's gonna be a long night, guys. Playing at home, it's the playoffs. We have got to do better. Is everyone dipping out, or and the chat just stopped? Put it back on all. But no, man, I'm just kind of laughing about what's happening over in with Minnesota. God damn, another Bear defender's down. It's got to be. I don't know how cold it is up in Chicago right now. That's where they're playing, so I don't know how cold it is, but it's got to be pretty damn cold. And when it gets to a certain temp, man, it's hard on the body. Oh shit! Did he fumble? Did the Bears get the football? No. Shit. Dude, I shared a video. I don't know if you saw that in my community page, DJ, but they were covering some of that, and apparently Mexico too. Apparently one of the soldiers that was involved in that raid at the Maduro's compound, apparently where Maduro was at was actually a military base. And basically Delta Force came up with 20 guys that were wearing some super high-tech shit, and they were coming in with drones, and apparently this sound wave machine, and when they activated this, and they just killed like over hundreds of these Venezuelan soldiers at this military base. And when they deployed this secret weapon that was like some kind of sound wave emitter, the guys that were affected that were in the range of it, they were bleeding out the nose, and some were vomiting blood. They couldn't stop it. They were completely incapacitated, knocked to the ground. They couldn't do shit. And these 20 Delta Force guys just came in and just started ripping these guys a new asshole. They couldn't do anything to stop it. They had no defense against it whatsoever, between the drones and this secret weapon. And they just basically speed rushed through the compound to go get Maduro before he can get to the panic room. And the Venezuelan soldiers there were just dropped like that. They couldn't do a damn thing about it. It was a trip. Now, is it true? I don't know, but I think there might be some validity to it, because the Colombia's president changed his tune real damn quick. And I'm sorry, if you're a cokehead, you're about to not have any of your product available. Yeah, the radar got hosed. Yeah, they use a lot of different things, man. They scrapped that Chinese radar that was supposed to be good, right? That Chinese. We get super secret radar. We detect all American. No, you don't. You don't detect shit. The damn thing's you gotta have it plugged in for it to work. Apparently, we just took away the power. Ah, shit. Bears defender's getting off. He's got a boot. He's got a boot on his leg. Son of a bitch. Probably hyperextended the knee, man. That's not good. He's being carted off right now. But yeah, they just turned everything off. Nothing had power. And then the only thing I could think of was they had like something that would emit an EMP that would knock out all the electronics, something like a portable EMP generator, which I always wished I had that, because I would zap these motherfuckers going down the road with their fucking thumping down the road, like shaking, rattling my fucking windows of my house. If I had some way to fucking fry their electronics going by my house, I would do it like in a heartbeat, like that. I get tired of that shit. Get him. No, he's wide. Oh, god damn it. Man, it's gonna be a long night if our defense can't stop these assholes. Oh yeah, if I had a portable EMP at my disposal, man, all these guys thumping going down the roads, rattling my shit would be. I would fry their shit instantly and be done with it. But I'm guessing that's what the military has. They have a way of generating EMP, and then they knocked out all their shit. Long damn night, man. Just a sec. Just a sec. Anyway. You got a few yards. But no, man, that's a trip. It says a Venezuelan soldier giving his eyewitness testimony. Now, is it propaganda? I don't know. I don't know. It's just some random asshole that I don't know, as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, he's giving his testimony about what was happening to him and his compatriots. And then all of a sudden, Mexico and Colombia are clamoring to get Trump's attention to have in-person meetings. So, I mean, maybe there's something to it, what the guy was talking about. You know, when you literally have 20 guys come in on a handful of helicopters and they take out a military base with like hundreds of troops stationed there protecting their dictator, their number one asset, and they just waltz in there like they own the place. 20 guys. And they speed rush it so fast that Maduro can't even make it to his panic room on his own compound before Delta Force has got a gun in his face. I mean, think about that. They had some kind of technology. They had some kind of something. And they said it was a combination of a lot of shit. Drones, shit knocking out the radar, the power, and then whatever the sound wave thing is. And they just came in like that, man, and they just took everything down. 100 people, over 100 soldiers dead. Or incapacitated. It's like, holy shit. And this is supposed to be top of the line Chinese tech with the radar and shit. Didn't matter, man. They fucking blew through that shit like it's paper mache. Well, I mean, unless they're holding electronics, I mean, it'd take out their phones. That'd be funny. If you have a way of doing like a directional EMP, I mean, that's powerful, man. Imagine having like a gun with an EMP. You just aim it at somebody, and all the electronics in that cone is just like fried. And unless you got everything heavily shielded, just imagine what you can do with that. Yeah, I mean, that's why I laugh at some of these guys. They're talking about Chinese tech, man. It's like, man, god damn, our guys have got to get better. Wait, did they just score a touchdown? No, it's a first down. Son of a bitch. No, man, it's shit, man. We can't stop these guys. We got to have a turnover. We're good at turnovers, but we got to have one, man. We got to stop them. We can't allow them to have back-to-back touchdowns. Guys, we've got shit over here that it's just it's so new that it hasn't leaked out to the public yet, man. It's just I think a lot of these drone sightings where you're seeing going in the water, going up in the air, and buzzing our fucking carrier groups and whatnot in the oceans. I think a lot of that might be our tech, to be honest. It's drone tech. They may have figured out an anti-gravity device. Now, did they? Son of a bitch! Offsides. God damn it! Where's the flag? Did we not get called for offsides? Holy shit! I don't know how. No, we see the drones, right? I think honestly, I think the U.S. might. Now, did it come from alien tech that we backwards engineered? I don't know, but there's definitely. I think we released that footage specifically so the Russians and the Chinese know that we have something. Oh, son of a bitch! We don't have a defense, man. God damn it. Now we're in the hole. It's about to be 14-3. Son of a bitch. We can't stop. We couldn't stop a goddamn quadruple. We couldn't stop Stephen fucking Hawking if he put the football in his lap and wheeled him down the goddamn road. Son of a bitch. You cannot allow these guys to be this wide open. You just can't do it. You've already played these assholes twice. How the hell do you not prepare for this? I don't understand. Well, I'm not saying that China doesn't have tech. I'm just saying that it's, for example, they came out within the last year, they had this big choreographed robot dance. Yeah, they had little fucking umbrellas and shit. They come out on the stage and they're all synced up and they're out there fucking dancing around for the camera and shit. But it's, if you look at them, they were just basically clunky toys. Because, shit, MIT, there's videos of like Osimo and some of these other robots that they had built at these colleges that were already walking around doing backflips, carrying boxes and all kinds of shit, and they walk through, and then you saw them pushing these things, and they back up, right? They have a good center of gravity. They're a lot better range of motion and just able to get around. These fucking things can't walk on a tile floor. They kept slipping. They didn't have enough fucking traction for the little robot feet, and they're shuffling around like they got fucking I don't know, arthritis and shit, right? It was just toys synced up with a computer, right? So they were synchronized, and which looked cool, but not very. But that's what China does. It's Potemkin, right? Potemkin village shit. They like to put a fresh veneer and a gloss to it. That's why a lot of their infrastructure is crumbling right now, because they take too many shortcuts and they gaslight and tell people that it's better than what it really is, right? Turns out they use a lot of styrofoam in their fucking production. A lot of the shit they built with was with sand that was inadequate. They didn't take a lot of the salt out of it, right? They just took the sand and scooped it off the fucking beach and mixed it with the concrete. It's like, well, there's a lot of salt in there, and those buildings are falling apart now because all the salt that was embedded in that sand, it disintegrated the rebar. So that's why you're seeing buildings and fucking bridges and shit collapsing right now. They cut too many corners. It's too corrupt. Right? Bears have got to get a touchdown this drive, man. There's no two ways about it. We're already behind the 8 ball. They have got to get a touchdown this drive. No, and like I said, it's one of the reasons why they haven't taken Taiwan, because we've seen what happened with, like, for example, with Russia and Ukraine, right? Russia's having a hard time with Ukraine because of drone tech, and they share a land, right? China has to cross 100 miles of open water to get to Taiwan proper. And Taiwan is one of the most technologically advanced societies on the planet. They absolutely have drone tech. And they have the ability to mass produce these things. So when, yeah, they can hit Taiwan with a missile barrage, but getting troops onto the island is going to be another thing entirely, because you would just swarm the fucking ocean with these robots, and it'll basically be suicide drones, and the Chinese, mainland Chinese, can't stop them. And every boat, no matter how fast they think they're going, are not going to be outrun these drones, and they're just going to light the fucking Chinese Navy up and not allow any soldiers to land on the island. And that's all there is to it. If you can't get Russian troops past a certain line and they're forced to dig fucking trenches and take it inch by inch, what chance do you think a fucking boat has crossing 100 miles of territory to land troops? It's not. God damn it, did we just lose the ball? No? What happened? Oh, we got a first. Oh, shit. I guess I said he was down before he lost the ball. Now the Packers are challenging it. But yeah, and that would even go for like planes, because you know Taiwanese, they got an Air Force too, right? And they have American, they buy American shit, not the Chinese shit. So we know our shit works. But yeah. Now that'd be cool to have air taxis. I mean, that's kind of where we need to be at, man. We got to the point where we need the infrastructure on the ground for commerce, for like the big trucks, but for like the passenger vehicles, they really should be flying around at this point, to be perfectly honest. Shit, I think we lost the. No, he caught. He made a football move. It was a fumble, and the Bear recovered. Oh, he didn't get a first down? Now it's 4th and 4. God damn it. We are getting our ass kicked tonight, guys. The Bears are not looking good. This is kind of making me shitty. We should be doing better than this. We lost 2 games in a row before the end of the season. We've got to be better than this. And I don't know why we got away from the running game. The strength, I mean, you got to soften up the defense. We're a run-first team, and then when they have to play against the run, that's when you open up the passing lane. I mean, I don't know why the hell we're doing this. God damn it. That fucking play was doomed from the start. Son of a bitch. It's got a turnover on down. I agree. I'm all for what's happening in Iran. Those poor people have been under the thumb of oppression for 50 damn years. Under that stupid fucking theocracy. They have suffered way too long. And the Persian people don't deserve to live like that. They are a proud and beautiful society, and they deserve to live in a functioning country. And the Ayatollah over there just absolutely just destroyed the economy and the manpower. I mean, just all for what? To go fuck with Israel? Why? Israel's making peace with all the other Arab countries. And I know the Iranians are not Arab. They're Persian. Everyone's making peace with the Israelis. And they're all prospering because of the peace. The only ones, they're the only people that the only country out there that's causing the bullshit in the Middle East right now is Iran, because they're supporting all the satellite terrorist groups, like in Yemen with the Houthi rebels, and you got the Syrians, and then Hezbollah over in Lebanon, and of course Hamas with the Palestinians. Notice the Palestinians of the West Bank aren't going through the shit like in Gaza, right? It's because of Hamas. I think the PLO is the governing authority over in the West Bank. And then Hamas was over in Gaza. And if it wasn't for Iran continuously supporting these fucking people, they would have had a peace a long time ago. Gaza would not have been leveled. There would not be hunger, the starvation, and all the misery going on. It's all because of fucking Iran. All of it. Because in the end, the Ayatollahs, they're part of a damn suicide cult, because they think they're going to bring about their version of Armageddon. And that's going to bring this fucking 13th Imam clawing out of their fucking well like the fucking chicken in the movie in The Ring. Remember The Ring? The chick at the bottom of the well? They actually believe this fucking Islamic preacher is going to be crawling out of that goddamn thing as a sign of the apocalypse. And they're trying to hasten that. It's crazy shit. Really. But you're not dealing with fucking mentally stable people in the end, man. It's just how do you fucking how do you make peace with somebody that believes in that shit? How do you reason with somebody? It's like, look, your people are dying. Your economy is shit. You're never going to have the nuke. People don't trust you to have the nuke. The Arabs don't trust you to have the nuke. The Jews don't trust you to have the nuke. The Americans don't trust you to have the nuke. You're not getting the nuke. We know where all that shit's at. You can't put it underground deep enough for us not to be able to get it. You're not getting the nuke. Period. Just focus on your society and leave everyone the hell alone. It's literally that simple. Yes, the people of Iran are winning. I mean, hopefully, holy shit, we held the Packers to a 4th down. They're gonna go for it. They may go for it. I don't know how far they gotta go. Yeah, 4th down and what? How many yards? 1. Yeah, they're going for it. Son of a bitch. We're not going to be able to see this. Just give me a sec, guys. I got to watch this. We'll see how the Bears defense fucks this one up. Wide open. Motherfucker's going to score a touchdown. (21-3). Motherfucker flipped into the end zone. This is embarrassing. Yeah, they tried to cut the internet. I saw that, but apparently there's enough Starlink equipment in there that Musk has kept the internet going. He did the same thing in Ukraine. The Russians cut the cell towers and all this shit in Ukraine, and Musk just had NATO bring in a bunch of his equipment to Starlink, and they can't do a damn thing about it. Because if the Russians start shooting at the satellites with their anti-satellite shit, that's going to trigger NATO. Kind of the same deal with Iran. Of course, I don't know if Iran has anti-satellite technology, to be honest. Oh, he lost that football. No, not a touchdown. Oh, but the guy recovered in the end zone. We'll see what happens. Oh, they're saying it's first and goal. They didn't get it. Hold on, hold on. Let's see if the Bears can stop first and goal. I doubt it. Second and goal. No, they can't. They can't get the nuke. That's the point. They talk a lot of shit. They tried to do an end around, say, oh, we want it for our power plants. We want nuke power plants. And then we caught them with the centrifuges, right? Remember that? We had all that shit under Obama. That's where that deal came from. We know exactly what they got there. We know exactly where the Ayatollah's at all times. I mean, did y'all not see what happened with when we did go in there to nuke the mountain? Not we didn't nuke the mountain, but we took out the shit in the mountain. But we also took out all the Iranian generals. The Israelis with American tech were able to use these guided missiles and rockets to a specific floor that these generals lived on, and only took out like that room on the floor. Like everything else was fine in that building. It was like amazingly accurate technology. They know where these guys at at all times. Don't kid yourself. That's why I was laughing so much when these dipshits were talking about the Venezuelan fishing boats. The military knew exactly what was on those boats and how many people were on the boats at all times. They saw where the shit came from. They saw who was putting it on the boats. They know exactly what was on there. It was not fishing poles. So it's just I don't know what kind of technology these people think that we spent over $1 trillion on for a military budget. We know exactly what's going on at all times. We might as well have the eye of God. And then add an AI tech on top of that. We know where everything is at all times. Don't kid yourself. And that includes in Russia and China as well. Third and goal. We got to see this. Are we going to stop it? Did we fucking stop it or not? Nope. Fourth and goal. Are we going to hold them to a fucking field goal, or are we going to go for it? I bet they go for it. They're far enough ahead that if they don't get it, we're going to be on the 1 yard line. I bet they go for it. Watch. What's up, Thomas? They might have lost a yard. Do you think Trump will go to Iran? It depends. I think they're trying to allow the Iranian people to set the course for their own destiny. But if the Republican Guard starts going there and starts mowing people down, I mean, Trump has already threatened the Ayatollah. It's like, if you start sending in people and you start mowing down these protesters, we will come in. So we will see what happens. It depends how desperate they are. This rebellion can go on for quite some time, unfortunately. But I don't know. I mean, if the prince can go in with U.S. backing and reinstitute a level of order by deposing the Ayatollah, by bringing the Shah back, and then obviously he would be a U.S.-backed asset because the Shah and his family had been living in the U.S. since they left Iran, back in the 70s. So I think that would definitely be one of our guys in there. that may be the best outcome. I'm not sure Iran is ready for democracy, to be perfectly honest. And I think the society is too topsy-turvy right now to function properly with a democracy. And even if they're instituted in power, there's still going to be the old Islamic element that will be needing to be rooted out. Basically, they're going to have to go in like Isabella and Ferdinand with the Inquisition. They're going to have to go in there, and just like they had to root out the Moors, the old Moorish sympathizers, right? That's what initially what the Inquisition was all about. They were going after the old Moorish, the Cordovan Caliphate sympathizers. They had to go in there and root them out. They're going to have to do the same thing with the Shah is implemented. So it's going to be bloody, right? They're going to be going by all these officials, and the order is going to have to be maintained because these extremists within that have been that held onto this country for 50 fucking years. It's hold on, they're going for it. Please stop them. Please, for the love of God, stop. God damn it, he's wide open. Bears are getting their ass kicked. I saw you, Thomas. Let's see, toss a dime on the road. America will tell you that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, I think Iran will require the Shah, and over 30% of the people there apparently are in support of the Shah coming back. And the Shah is talking about, once order's maintained, they can see about transitioning over to a democratic style government. But we'll see what happens. They got to get rid of the Ayatollah first, right? They have to get rid of the Republican Guard first. It's kind of like Iraq, right? They had to get rid of Saddam and his guys first. They had to do their own inquisition to get rid of that. Iran, I don't know exactly what's going on in Iraq. I'm talking about Iraq. My bad, Iraq. I don't know what's going on in Iraq right now, but I haven't heard anything from them in a while. Not since ISIS was deposed of, right? So, I think that shit was speed rushed a little bit early, but I know it's not looking good, guys. You look at the crowd; they're pissed. 21-3 right before halftime. At home, should not be like this. But, we haven't heard anything coming out of Iraq in a while either, right? So, I don't know how great it is over there, but it can't be that horrible either as far as, because you're not hearing about all kinds of crazy shit happening. So, it's one of those things that no news is good news. But I think if the Shah gets put in, they will maintain order, especially with the backing of the U.S., they can get the oil flowing again. They can get their economy salvaged and back on track. And that's essentially the number one thing, right? Get the economy back on track. And then once you have a level of stability, and then we can see about if they're going to be ready for a democracy. Not every society and culture requires a democracy, man. It's not. It's got its own issues, right? So it's not the be all end all and the ultimate cure for everything. If you have a benevolent dictator, honestly, that would be the ideal government, because if you need to get shit done in a hurry, you can just get shit done in a hurry. That was a good pass. Okay, blow the fucking whistle. The play's dead. All right? God damn. Tunnel dwellers? I don't know what you mean. Let's say democracy is fake and gay. Just say it. It is fake and gay. Yes, I watch Nux Taku too as well. Or Nuxanor. I enjoy Nuxanor. Well, I gotta see if they get. Well, you're just trying to throw another fucking interception. I'm sorry. I mean, look, and I talked about this. The American Republic is going away. It hasn't been functioning properly since Woodrow Wilson, to be perfectly honest. Uh, the death knell of our republic is when we started allowing our senators to be elected by the public and not by the states. So that was pretty much the death knell of the republic, and now it's too corrupt because there's no mechanism to recall our senators. Before, if the state was pissed off with their senators, they would just recall them with the state legislature and the governor. That was who the senators were beholden to. And if they weren't doing what they were supposed to do, representing the state, they would just yank their ass and put somebody else in power. Can't do that now. Now everything's got to be by a fucking vote. And unfortunately, the vote was not meant for everyone. There are too many stupid fucking people in our society that have the vote. There just are. There's too many people not plugged into what's going on around them or on the national level that don't give a shit to be bothered to have any kind of civic knowledge or duty to even know who the fucking vice president is. All right? You go out to the average American on the street, they do all the man on the street interviews, and our society looks like it's filled with retards. They go and ask our young people, they don't know their ass from their elbows about who's running anything. They couldn't tell you who the fucking attorney general is. They couldn't tell you who the vice president is. They couldn't tell you who the speaker of the house is. I mean, just none of that shit. They can barely. They don't know their geography because you can't be bothered, man. But these people vote, and they vote in blocks. And our republic was never meant for that. The reason why, I mean, certain things should have changed, right? Because in the beginning it was just white landowners, right? We had the civil rights movement, but it should still be tied to landowners, to be perfectly honest. People with skin in the game should have the vote. People without skin on the game should not be able to vote. The poor and the indigent should not be able to vote themselves out of the public largesse, and there's always going to be more poor people than there are people with skin in the game. God damn it, did we just turn over on downs again? God damn it. We're about to get the ball back. We gave the ball back to the Packers, and there's still too much time on the clock. They're about to score again. I bet you, God damn it. Laying an egg. Good night, BB. What a kick in the balls. The Peckers, I know. Motherfuckers. Bears are just getting their shit pushed in at home, man. It's embarrassing. We've played these guys tight 2 times this year. This time we're getting our ass handed to us. There's no excuse for this whatsoever. It's not like the Packers snuck up on them. They're a fucking division rival. We played them tough twice this year, and now it's getting out of hand. There's no reason for this. And we had all the time in the world to prepare for it. It's not like the Packers just snuck up on us and we never played them before. There's no reason for this. But yeah, a lot of shit going on, man. Venezuela is about to be better off, right? Because I saw today on Asmongold. I mean, he actually shows a lot of political stuff now, and they had a big meeting. Trump had a big meeting with a lot of oil execs, and they're talking about getting the Venezuelan oil infrastructure modernized and get that going again, and then that's going to bring a lot of jobs to the Venezuelan people, and actually fixing their economy. And then Rubio is going to be running Venezuela, basically as a viceroy, and it's going to be better for the Venezuelan people in the long run. And that's a good thing. We should want good things for our neighbors, right? Because when we don't have a basket case of a neighbor, then also we're not dealing with 10 million Venezuelans being dropped in our lap, right? We don't want mass migration like that. We want our neighbors to be successful and profitable and peaceful places for their people with the rule of law, and where people living within that territory can make a good living. Because we don't want them all over here, right? Their problems become our problems in the end. So, same thing with Mexico. We should want a strong and vibrant Mexico. And unfortunately, they can't deal with the cartel problem on their own. So they're going to need some help. This is fucking embarrassing. This is fucking embarrassing. God damn. Our defense just... We are sucking wind on both sides of the ball. This is unbelievable shit, man. I mean, I can handle the losing just about anybody but the fucking Packers. And not like this. This is just embarrassing. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah. And Ditto goes for... That's why we gave that line of credit to Milei in Argentina. And we've already made the money on that deal, by the way, according to Scott Bessent. Because the deal was not the way that people... We extended them a line of credit. We didn't just dump billions of dollars on Argentina. We gave them access to a line of credit they got to pay interest on. You understand? But it helps them. And it's also about the Monroe Doctrine. A lot of this is to stymie the Russian and Chinese influence in our hemisphere. Right? We should be shoring up this side of the planet and not be worried so much about the other side of the planet. This is actual proper foreign policy. You know, that's why we told the Chinese to get the fuck out of the Panama Canal. You don't hear about that anymore, right? We pushed the Chinese out of the Panama Canal. An American company is now running, I think it's BlackRock, to be honest, if I remember correctly. BlackRock is now running the Panama Canal. You don't hear about that, right? Because it happened so quick. We're pushing the Chinese out of this hemisphere in Latin America. And that was always the Monroe Doctrine. But you had too many soft presidents getting into power that basically we weren't paying attention to our own backyard because we were too fixated in the Middle East. It's crazy. I swear to God, they get this Hail Mary. They're going to get one more crack at it. Runaway Bay, Texas, from where you... I have no idea where Runaway Bay is. I have no idea. But it has bay in it. It's quite some way. I'm out here in the middle of the damn desert. Oh, okay, they're going to try to field goal. 55-yard field goal. I don't think we stopped the Packers one time. Not one time. Did he get it? Did he fucking get it or not? What's the call? Oh, God damn it. They called him. He tried to ice him. Is that down by the coast, DJ? So I'm trying to see if they're gonna make this field goal or not. You get it? Nope, no good. Hey, one drive where the Packers did score. It's only 21-3 in the halftime. Oh, and they get the ball back at the start of the half. This is fucking embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. They're making the Bears look like assholes out here tonight, embarrassing them on national television at home. This is fucking ridiculous. It's not like the fucking Packers snuck up on these guys. They don't know exactly how they're going to play and who these people are. God damn. Anyway, I'm going to get something to eat, guys. I appreciate you hanging out. Let's go Redskins. Yeah, make the Redskins again. The fucking Commanders. What a bunch of pussies. All right, I'm out of here, guys. You guys take care. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. We'll have to do it again. Get those gains. Later.